Hello, YouTube. We're back. And thank you so much for tuning in to
The
the
Mobility
Mobility
Bro.
Bros. Yeah, it's your boy Cliff. I'm here with my man Ron Hilton. This is my brother, my host, my friend, the sports massage expert. Together, we're going to source humans to perform amazing wellness. We connect with others. We talk about human mobility, athletic mindset, pain reduction and pain management, the thoughts and processes of our practitioners, and the mindsets of our clients and our members. We bring real stories and actionable insights by doing interviews with amazing people within the industry that we can connect with and we can talk about our stories. This is what the Mobility Bros is all about. You're going to learn about all sorts of amazing things, and you're going to hear wonderful stories about people who heal other human beings all over the world. So please like, subscribe, join us on our journey for better movement, better performance, and better living. That's the Mobility Bros. But we want to do it real quick. I know, don't leave, real quick, fast forward if you need to. We're going to thank our sponsors. Big shout out to Be Legendary Athletic Apparel. You see the swag. Go gear up over there at Be Legendary Athletic Apparel. Now I'm stuttering like Rod. I love it, bro. Check out the gear. There's always a seasonal wear. There's always something cool to feel athletic wear like nothing else. Shout out to Fitness Essentials, your foundation in health and performance. If you need some help with health, wellness, online, in person, local, go ahead and check out Fitness Essentials on Instagram, Fitness Life Coaches. Holler at your boy. And our adorable Perfect Supplies. Perfect Supplies because your pets deserve the best. All right, now with that all out of the way, Ron, man, how are you today?
I'm doing good. I was over here dapping. Listen, I was at a party and I went to dap like that, and then my daughter was like, "Daddy, dapping is out of date now." I was like, "It is," because I feel like I can still
Uh,
get
uh,
it.
uh.
I don't care. I don't care.
Gotta hold it down, man. It's about you, man. It's your mobility, bro.
I know, dude. So, but yeah, everything's good, man. Life is good, and I don't know how it is, how the weather is in Chi-Town in Jersey, but in Connecticut it's 19 degrees, and I can't take it. It's just cold.
Oh man, it is probably cold. In Jersey, it's cold too. Now that you know that Chi-Town's in the building, shout out to our guest, Jeff Cade's back for a second episode. Jeff, how
Yes.
is the weather, man? And how are you?
Hey, mobility bros, mobility bros. Listen, I'm blessed by the best as usual. Happy to be here on this platform, this stage, this space. Thank you for giving me grace and space. Uh, Things are well, but it's like you guys. Chicago, it's 20 degrees. The other day it was like 3. So,
Yeah.
it's about the windy city of Chicago, the windy, snowy city of Chicago, but all is well because we are closer to spring and better weather, and everything
Yes.
else is behind us. So listen, we got through October, and now we're in February. February is over in a week. Head on over to March, marching down to the spring and summer. So I'm good. I'm good.
That's
Thanks.
awesome. That's awesome. I got a chance to. So I got hired last year by the Connecticut Sun basketball team here in Connecticut. So I work with the WNBA here, and I was in Chicago for the first time. It was the Chicago? Was it? Is it the Sky? Am I saying Sky?
Sky,
Chicago
sky.
Sky. So we were there twice, and I loved the area. I had my very first deep dish pizza. Never had one before. And
Yeah.
I was like, this is amazing, right? And I know New York and Chicago, they get into about who's got the best pizza, but
I mean, I'm from New York. I'm a Bronx kid. What can I say? But listen, it's smash. I think it's definitely smash. Not pass. It's smash on the pizza.
okay, awesome.
Hey Ryan, listen, when you're in Chicago, you can't bypass me. You got to reach out to me, email, text
I
me,
will. I will.
because there's so many things to do in that wonderful city. Just like New York, man. All cities are awesome. They all have their unique perspective and notable sites of interest, right? So when you're in Chicago, just try not to come here, between December and Feb.
No, no. So our season starts in the spring. So
Excellent.
when we get ready to travel Chicago, I will hit you up prior to, and we'll set that up.
Awesome.
That's all.
Okay. Okay.
I might have to piggyback, three's a charm, three is the number of completion. So let me know. We'll all set up the date and the bros will get up. We'll get together.
That
Now,
sounds amazing.
last time we talked, um, Jeff was coaching tennis. He was educating people on cancer. He was speaking about his parents and his experience and the love that he had for his parents. He was sharing about his wonderful children and community. It's been over 365 days. The weather has changed. Things have moved into, all sorts of places. How are you? How is life? What have you been up to?
Wow. Wow. Appreciate that. Appreciate that, Cliff. So first and foremost, the last great episode we did, I was going through a curriculum to enhance my education from an alternative, holistic way of means, and so now I am a actual certified health and wellness coach from the Institute of Integrative Nutrition. I've been able to update my website. I put it in the chat for you, jeffcade360.coachesconsole.com, jeffcade360.coachesconsole.com. It allows me to reach out to the audience. People can understand what I'm doing through my bio, through different tabs. They can connect with me, but it's really about making sure that I'm empowering and partnering with people to change or transform those unhealthy habits and choices into an active and vibrant lifestyle. I offer, a freebie, a free health resource. So when you go to that site, you're able to see the things that I'm doing, different packages through the Ultimate Health and Happiness Program, and things of that nature. As it relates to tennis, I think the last time we spoke, I was going into, just like now, I'm going into the spring boys varsity season. And last year we won our sectional championship. So,
Awesome.
uh, yeah, it was pretty awesome. My son was part of that team. As a freshman, he made varsity. I had to be neutral. Other coaches had to see him, but with his support, we were able to win sectionals at our first time since me being a coach, varsity coach at the high school since 2021. So it was an amazing experience. We were able to take four young athletes, scholar athletes, to state, and they did well. The hard part is, qualifying. Once you qualify, there's different levels, right? There's different levels, and they were able to do that and complete that task. And so they're in the history books. They're I shouldn't say history books, but they're in the high school history books, if you will, for winning sectionals and advancing to the state competition in Illinois through IHSA. So things are going well. Family's good. Now if you ask him basketball, he loves it. He loves basketball. He likes he likes tennis. He's just a great athlete. Great talent. The grind is there. So he's right now. He was a co-captain of his sophomore basketball team, and now he's preparing for varsity. So that's a good thing. He's also doing the spring and summer AAU basketball. So he's preparing himself mentally and physically and emotionally to get into those shoes, because some of those shoes of these guys, they're leaving. There's 6 or 7 seniors graduating from the basketball team, and now it's an opportunity to show what he's made of. So other than that, things are going well. I'm going to the spring season, looking forward to connecting with more people and clients to help them on their health journey.
Yeah, it's
Well,
awesome.
congratulations on all of that. Beautiful, growth, the business, changing that around, and people can go ahead and check that. We'll leave that in the description below. And the championships that won, I'm hearing, 6, 7 seniors. That's a lot of growth leaving, and the replacement of that with some experience that they already have. And your son being a great athlete, swimming, tennis, you know the drill, right? Get that body moving in multiple different facets so it can stay strong and be adaptable. That's a beautiful thing, man. Things sound wonderful. Things sound. What do you think, Ron? How do you think things sound over here for Jeff?
I think it sounds amazing. I think one of the things that's great and I could relate to as a kid, when your father's very active in your life with sports. When I was growing up, my dad was an assistant coach for my Pee Wee football team, and he was there. He was there and showed up for all my games and helped coach. And I mean, I'm going back. My brain's going back a little bit, but I believe he helped coach a little bit when I played basketball too. So I get it. I get that, and just him being present all the time. And one of the other things, like even when I got to high school and I wrestled, I mean, he knew nothing about wrestling, but he made sure he showed up to all my matches and just supported me and just and then when I needed help with some things and techniques, I had a cousin who was a very high level wrestler in high school at the time. He would bring him over to the house and have me show how to really work on changing levels and shoot in
Mm.
like that. So that's huge when you have that presence. But I do have that question I want to ask. So I work with so I also work here in Connecticut with you. I'm contracted out UConn, and I work with the women's tennis team. And I was curious. The question I'm going to ask is about pickleball, and I asked one of the tennis players. So she got real quiet, and she says, I have two answers to that. She says, I am for people getting out and moving, and I know it's a growing sport, and it's popular amongst the elderly community. But when it's my time to get on the tennis court and you're playing pickleball, you better move. that was her. That was her response. So
Spicy,
yeah, she got
spicy.
real spicy. So what is your take on pickleball? And I know I did hear something in the news saying that it is one of the fastest growing sports in the U.S. right now.
So I appreciate that. I share the same sentiment as her. Yeah, yeah. Go Huskies. Right, right. So so I'm a competitive tennis player by trade. I think pickleball is good for mobility. It's fun. I don't play the sport, but I do agree that movement is medicine. You know, it's important that you get moving. It's important that if there's something that you like to do, there's nothing wrong with pickleball. It has gained a lot of traction, a lot of momentum. Now it's on TV. There's tournaments, etc. I just don't particularly play the sport. I look at it as almost like an overgrown ping pong match, right? you know, and I like ping pong. I have a ping pong table downstairs. My son and I go at it from time to time. I just I'm a tennis player. I'm a tennis player, and actually, at the tennis and racquetball center where I also work as one of the instructors, there are certain courts that are dedicated primarily for pickleball players. And that's fine. It's fine. I just don't play the sport. That's all.
Okay, okay, that's awesome.
It
And
sounds like the sounds he said, hold on, he says the glorified table tennis. Yeah, that's spicy, bro.
yeah,
I
yeah,
get
Yeah,
it. I
yeah,
get it.
yeah,
But you know what? It's great that some people like to walk, some people like to hike, right? And
yeah.
so the more options the better, and everyone has their preference. And I can see why a professional career traded, by trade tennis player will look at pickleball and be like, it's just too low on my ability. I have too great of an ability to do that. And if I wanted to do that competitively, I would just do the harder thing that I'm built and have trained to do. And so I get that very much. And for people entry level, maybe pickleball is it for you, and if you feel like you're a big fish in a small pickleball pond, jump on over to tennis and see how that feels, right? But um, yeah, I don't knock the sport either. But I think you speaking to it from your perspective, from your street corner, says a lot for sure.
Yeah, tennis is my backyard. I've been engaged with it in the sport for a very long time. I still play competitively in an adult league, and of course, I love the coaching aspect of empowering with the youth and the adults who still love the sport. There's nothing wrong with pickleball. It's just it is what it is. If you want to do that, that's fine. But come over to a faster paced sport, that's going to be tennis, and that's where I thrive. That's where I thrive in 2025. So
Listen,
that's how I look at it.
I love I love how you work in the right words, man. Like you said
That's that
something
shot
that's
town
self care
swag.
is the new health care, man. Like you really know how to put some phenomenal, heartfelt words together to make make you feel it, right? I love that about you, man.
Mm.
Oh, thank
Jeff,
you, thank you. I mean, now that you say that, as we age, right, you have to understand the importance of self-care. Self-care is the new healthcare. Because we all know that your health is your wealth, and movement is medicine, and your body and your heart will thank you on that, right? We know that proper nutrition standards and proper eating and dieting, etc., that can really help with your longevity in life. And that's what it's about. We all know that MLK, he said longevity has its time. Longevity has its space. But it's kind of like you want to be part of that. You want to be part of that. You want to be able to, I don't want to say cheat Father Time, because listen, Mother Nature and Father Time are still undefeated. But at the same time, you want to be able to extend that life force, right? That soul. And that's why when I speak on this topic, self-care is a new healthcare, I really focus on mindset, diet, and exercise. Those three pillars are the foundation. And you all know this. When you think about mindset, diet, and exercise, you can't have one without the other. And I always say those, excuse me, are the three most important ingredients to the recipe of your soul. You can't have one without the other. I don't care in terms of the mindset. You can read and read and read and read and transform and all that, and you could be a genius, right? But if you're not putting that into action and you're eating what you want to eat, you're still unhealthy. You
Absolutely.
know, you can go to the gym 2 times a day, 7 times 7 days a week, and you can have the best cardio routine. But if your diet is not right, if your mind is not right, you're still unhealthy. You're still
yeah,
unhealthy. So
yeah.
that those three pillars, that triangle, like, is kind of like you have to be able to have everything in that particular space. Um,
I
because
have a question for you
yeah,
because
yeah,
there's a lot of people out here that will hear that and get overwhelmed, right? Today's parents, I'm a parent of a 23-year-old, and you're a parent as well. We see that some parents they get overwhelmed with just the parenting. We know that the pandemic has created habits that we didn't have before. And T cell protein stuff. There's a lot of things that are coming down the pipe. There's bird flus. There's all these influenzas that people are now paranoid about as well. How will you help someone who feels so overwhelmed that they don't see how they can get those three pillars together? Like, what are some baby steps that you would tell, a young person that may have all they know in their life is processed foods, or a young brother that only been raised by maybe his mom, if his mom can only do so much, there's no dad in the house, or maybe a person that was raised by a grandparent and have any parents in the house. Because I think you come from a very unique perspective, like Ron mentioned. Not only are you there, like he remembers his parent being there, but you also are talking to your child about nutrition and the right ways of protein, carbs, and fat, and self-care. And not all these parents have the ability to do all that. Some of us are juggling all of it. So for those viewers that may come across this in a perspective of like, I'm so overwhelmed, I'm looking for help. Oh, mobility bros, my back hurts. What's this all about? And they see you, Jeff. What are some ways you can introduce them to those three pillars in a simple way? One, two, three, check. What do you got?
Wow. Oh, that's great. That's a mouthful. And trying to break that down, let's talk about mindset in terms of mindfulness. You know, when we're able to, first of all, be awake, that's a gift. And you use that blessing. Maybe it's a minute, maybe it's a minute to 5 minutes before you start your day, and just have an attitude of gratitude. You know,
Mm,
just just be in the moment and be present. I know that can be challenging for a teenager, but these are some simple things I've done, or my wife and I have done, as it relates to our scholar athlete, and the people on viewing can do this as well. You can have on your ceiling different excerpts, different themes, different quotes, like "I am a winner," different affirmations, like the word C, letter C, "I am courageous," "I am a champion." The letter B, "I am blessed," "I am beautiful," "I am bold." You know,
mm,
different affirmations we want to say in our minds, right? But when you have them in different areas of your room or even throughout the house, you look at them, and automatically, even though you're consciously reading them, it becomes now in your psyche, because we always have to tell ourselves, even as adults, that we are champions to ourselves, to our family, to our communities. So those are some a little tip, being able to put things, write things on a chalkboard, or if you want to tape some things to your ceiling, to your walls, especially with kids in school all the time.
mm,
Another thing around mindfulness, they're always on their phones. And with my son, he goes through social media. And I'm not talking about visiting certain sites. I'm talking about being able to look at certain basketball videos, certain tennis videos to inspire him. But another tidbit behind that is, because we're all on social media, he has an IG account. I send him positive affirmations, certain videos, because I don't see him during the day, right? You don't see your kids throughout the day. You send them these messages, and it resonates with them because they open it. Now, not in school, probably before school or during lunch or after school. That's the part about mindfulness. The diet part can be very challenging because we live in a microwave society, turn on a light switch, microwave mentality, something like a grab and go. So a grab and go item, and I know you all can agree with this, man, grab some fruit, get some apples, get some blueberries, get some strawberries, get some bananas that are filled with potassium. How about peanut butter bread, protein, right? Do those small things that are around you. I get it. The quick candy bar, the quick granola bar, and we all know all granola bars are not healthy,
mm.
especially with the sugar content. But certain things like that are quick, and we all know that when we're at home, home cooking is very key. I got most of my I don't know if you all can recall, I got most of my nutrients sometimes at a home cooked meal after school. And I was forced to have the salad and the vegetables and the protein and the starch,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because now I wasn't every day, but the most times that, between, I don't know, out of a 7 day week, maybe 3 or 4, I got a chance to get some home cooked meals. That's key. And breakfast is the very most important part of the day. That's the most important meal of the day, rather. That could be the fruit I just described. That can be oatmeal. That could be peanut butter bread on wheat toast. There's so many little things you can do. Now, in terms of the exercise, exercise is now more heightened and more. Um, it's a high proponent in schools. Now high schools, uh, they have strength and conditioning coaches. They have bigger gyms. They have different things versus when I was growing up. You know, we didn't have strength and conditioning coach. We just went to the YMCA or YWCA, and you did some volleyball, basketball, you ran calisthenics, jumping jacks, all these things, right?
Yeah.
Uh, but as you know that data and statistics show that, listen, 30 to 40 minutes of cardio interval training or some type of movement, that's going to create, good blood flow, right? Increase your heart rate, being able to reduce some calories, maybe even reduction in weight. And it just releases those endorphins, right? So, you know, those are some quick tips. And these kids now, they don't have to go to a gym. They can do stuff at home, put their headphones on. They can be downstairs in the basement or in the living room or where they in their own room, and just continue to do exercises like jumping rope, doing air squats, going up and down the stairs. You don't have to have a gym membership, to be quite honest. You can
Yeah.
use your own body weight and make some things happen for you and your household, and they're free. They're
Yeah.
free.
And that goes for any age. So that's a good tip.
Exactly. It goes for
Any
you.
age.
It goes for me. I mean, there are times if I can't get a quick workout, I'm going downstairs, jumping some rope, doing some air squat. We have some dumbbells in the house, doing some push-ups, doing things from a total body perspective. And yeah, that 15, 20 minutes, you can actually become winded. You're going to need some water and a towel because it's you, it's you versus you,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's
It's you
awesome.
versus you.
That's what it's all about. That's what
So
it's all about.
I
I
love
hope
how.
I was able to answer some of that. I hope I was able to kind of break some of that down. There's much more to it, but I know we're pressed for time. But those little things regarding mindset, diet, and exercise, you don't have to go to all these higher end grocery stores to get all the organic foods that we need for our body. There are things that you can do. Even though organic and natural is good, there's some things you can do to really curb your weight. You can have more better dietary and nutritional guidelines by doing some of these things that can be actually free to do.
That's awesome. I
I
love
think that's awesome. But you go ahead, Ron.
yeah,
Go ahead.
I love how
That's
you
what I was
talked
saying
about
earlier.
the I am, like the I am statements. I do that. I first thing I do is I sit on my bed and I go through I am greatness, I am wealth, I'm abundance, I am joy, I am happiness. And I'll repeat that. So I have, I set the tone first thing in the morning. I have, a bunch of things I say. It takes about 5 to 10 minutes, and I close my eyes and I'm breathing, doing a little bit of meditation on the edge of my bed, and just go through that on a daily basis. Because you're right, how you set your mind, is how you set your day. And after I do that, I'll say out loud, let's take on the day, Ron. We're gonna have a great day today. So I say that. That's how I end everything. So that's awesome that you say that. And I think with our youth and our teens today, they don't get enough of that, or you know of knowing how to do that or what to do. Um, and they may need to take that on themselves. And I think or their parents just don't know how to put that in position for them, right? As far as the youth. And I also liked how you talked about, yeah, it is different how we have strength coaches and athletic trainers in the school, right? When I was a kid, your strength coach and your athletic trainer was the overweight gym teacher. You know,
Oh,
you know, the gym teacher be out here like this, and he be telling you like what to do and how to lift. And he ain't eating right, and doing everything right, but he was the guy you went to for advice. He was the guy.
yeah,
It's,
you're
it's
the
just that
guy.
generation. So let me ask you a question.
Mm.
The program you did, um, the Institute of Integrative Nutrition. What were some takeaways that you got when you're going through that program?
That's a good question, Ron. It was wow. It was so many different modules. For me to total everything out in terms of that an answer to that question, it just brought me to a place and space where I can understand alternative holistic viewpoints on being able to live a healthier lifestyle. And again, it kind of merges with what I've talked about in terms of the mindset, diet, and exercise. We all know the power of antioxidants. We know the power of drinking teas, whether it be black tea, red tea, white tea, green tea. Um, they were talking about certain things as it relates to scientific levels, from the mind, body and soul, the vagus nerve, or vagus nerve, vagus. Um, you know, some the things that relate to that we consume, how they can be helpful and how they can hurt you, how to get rid of toxins. It was a variety of things, and so at one point it was so many things as it relates to head to toe. I was this very man. I was humble and just trying to understand all the unique things, excuse me, about our body and what to put in and what not to put in in terms of consumption. So yeah, it was a thorough program, and now I use that to educate audiences as it relates to health and wellness, and really turning up your frequency and being able to have more vibrancy in your life. Um, it's kind of like what the late great Jim Rohn would say.
I was listening
He would
to.
say, would you rather suffer from the pain of regret or the pain of discipline?
Mm.
And some of those regrets that we may have to do with the lack of effort, time, money, etc. But if we want a breakthrough, something has to break. You're going to have to break your cycles of doing nothingness. You're going to have to do something in order to get better. Because when you know better, you're going to do better.
Hmm.
So I tell you, there's some things I follow, and I'd love to share with you some of the things he was talking about. There's 5 things that I kind of say, going back to what you said, Ron, about affirmations. Number one, Jim Rohn says, I am responsible for today. I am responsible, the letter R. I'm responsible for today. 2, I am capable. That's the letter C. We talked about being a champion and being courageous, right? I am capable. 3, I am grateful. G, right? That letter G. I am grateful. 4, I choose to focus on growth. That's that G word, growth. And 5 is the top one because it has to do with mindfulness. And
Hmm.
that is, I'm in control of my attitude. I'm in control of my attitude because you got to have an attitude of gratitude. I follow Jim Rohn. I think he's one of him and Zig Ziglar and John Maxwell, Les Brown. I think those are some powerful philanthropists and educators,
Hmm.
motivational speakers, um, because you have to be able to keep that in your psyche as it relates to, again, Ron, those I am affirmations. It's important that we do that every morning, sometimes even when you go to sleep. My routine is what you and I do in the morning. And sometimes when I get ready to go to bed, I reflect on the day. I may read a biblical scripture on my phone, on the Bible app, or I may just think about some things that are setting me up for success for the next day. But the bottom line is try to get that 7 to 8 hours rest so that your body can recover in dormant mode. The cells and muscles can rejuvenate, and your mind and body are at ease, and you eliminate brain fog. So you can wake up refreshed the next day and be at it again for those powerful affirmations to start your day.
That's awesome, man. I love it.
That's the right way to be, man. That's beautiful.
Yeah, I would say
Absolutely.
Jim Rome and Les Brown, my favorite. Les Brown turned 82 days ago. Uh,
Man,
Les Brown, man.
yeah, and I was watching his 80th. I'll send it to you. He has that thing where he's talking about him and his brother Wesley. Uh,
okay.
they did a party, and his brother Wesley was doing like a little. His knees are bad, but he was still dancing with his kids. But Les looks and talks good, man. He was dressed clean for his birthday party.
Yeah, 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 I
I
believe that.
respect the self mastery in it. I respect the understanding your power of voice, what those men were able to do in a world of speakers and public speaking and encouragement and empowering others to move forward and break chains and see financial success in themselves, the books and all. It's amazing. So I really respect self mastery so much. And what I hear is your growth, Jeff, and your self mastery. I think people really can take away from those small points like we talked about in that triangle of things, you have affirmations. If you got a marker and you need to write it on the ceiling, affirmations, break the chain, say positive things. Ron does it, Jeff does it, I do it, and I also use my 21 days of abundance, and I just keep going through 21 more and 21 more and 21 more, and it puts me in a mindset. It reminds me to meditate. It gives me an understanding of abundance is universal energy and vibrational energy. And when you talk about mind, body, spirit, we're talking about levels of vibration. It's a beautiful thing. And we can go so, so deep. So please don't get overwhelmed. Thank you so much. If you have watched all the way to this point of the show, Ron, do you have any final finals before we wrap?
Yeah, just a one quick question. Do you have any more other projects or books that you're currently working on?
I don't have any books. I'm not doing any writing right now. My last piece, as you know, is Battleground Cancer, and it's more than just your typical book on cancer. It provides uplift, enlightenment, and inspiration because it equips you with helpful tips to improve your mental and physical well-being, actually in navigating life's twists and turns. Um, as you know, that is the daily battleground. So in terms of current things, I'm working on working with people to partner with people to work on some podcasts, some different shows, being a part of guests like yourself. I've been working with an Alignable Network. I've been working with the great Manny Lopez to be working with him on some speaking platforms. So that's kind of what I'm involved in. I do a little. I'm trying at some point to get more involved in summits and retreats. I have not decided upon the location, but my goal is to try and have different people in our space, even nutritionists or particular holistic naturopathics, to set up a space where we can actually hone in on all of our collective greatness and being able to, you know, just share the message of vibrancy and vitality and of course, well-being. So remember, it is about eating your food as medicine and which is vitamins and nutrients and versus taking your medication as food. We don't want to be in the hospital doing that. We want to be able to take care of this and this each and every day. So please, for those who want to connect with me at jeffcade360.com. That's my first name, my last name, 360.com. And there's a way to get a natural health resource that's actually connected with jeffcade360.coachesconsole.com. I mentioned that earlier in the broadcast, jeffcade360.coachesconsole.com. You can actually book a one-on-one with me. Let's have a discovery and strategic call to move you along your health journey because we all need it. I need it too. So listen, it's all about empowering one another to do thy duty that is best.
Iron sharpens iron, man. That's what
Iron
it's all
sharpens
about.
iron, man. We get, we're gonna get old, but we don't have to be old,
That's
So
right.
I love it.
That's
I
right.
love it. So,
You can take us on out, Ron. Thank you so
all
much.
right,
This
here
was
we go.
amazing.
I want you to
Okay.
stay awesome, keep stepping the greatness, and be legendary. Thanks, y'all, for tuning in from Billy Bros. And thanks, Jeff, for being on our show. Humbly appreciate you, brother, being on a part two. And we're, there's more greatness to come in your life. And I'm looking forward to see what you got in store, brother.
Appreciate you. Thank you,
I'm
guys. I
looking
appreciate
forward to
you.
connecting down in Chicago, when we all get down
Oh,
there.
yeah, we're going to get to Chi-Town.
All
All right, take
right.
care for now.